So I know you've had the opportunity to sit down with your boss on 2 days ago, and you practiced the active listening skills with more of the prompting question of what he saw your position as. Can you tell me how that went?
Did not go very well.
Why did it not go very well?
His vision does not match the same as mine, and he wants me to do what would be affectionately called remedial work.
What does remedial mean?
Remedial is elementary, like what first-year people do, not 10-year people do. And he wants me to train and instruct others how to have experience in a job that requires experience. And he doesn't understand the strategic nature of my role, and so therefore does not understand my position, nor do I really understand his position. I was supposed to be transferred to his department and retain the same position, but he saw that as I get to have a new guy in my group that I can use as I see fit, not as just a role change, I guess, a department change.
How does that make you feel?
Frustrated, because then, I'm not working on the projects that have the long-term vision, which is what I'm good at.
I agree.
Instead of it's just short-term issues and problems, and do supplier audits. I don't do that kind of thing.
So you're feeling misguided in a way, right? Because you're being put into a position that you don't see fit.
Correct.
Can you tell me more about why? Start over. My understanding is that you both don't see eye to eye. You don't feel the value in what he sees your job description and how he wants to mold you into what he sees fit.
That is correct. I see the value in it for other people in his group currently that are doing those types of roles, whereas I've never done that function before, so it's newer to me, and quality is one of those things. It's never really quality. It's people checking boxes and forms, going, do they have this? Do they have that? Do they have that? Oh, they don't have that. I need more of that. And quality actually doesn't have any power.
So you want more power?
No.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's not want more power, but I only work this job at this company doing this thing to order to feel important, to feel needed, and to make a change in an organization, to help develop something that's new or long-term vision that is more strategic in nature, not necessarily pushing paperwork. Anybody can do it. You can do it. Jet probably could do it. We could teach him how to use a mouse. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
It's not me, man.
Why is it not you?
Because I've never done that job. It's pushing paper. It's not the strategic nature of the programs that I've been working on for the last 3 years.
What do you see as the long term?
The long term is having an outsourcing partner that's low-cost country to make us more competitive in our future commercial programs.
You see more value in that because other people don't see that?
No, other people see it. Nobody wants to pay for it.
Why do they not want to pay for it, do you know?
Because no specific program is going to go pay for, because in the business, there's programs and each one has their own budgets and constraints and everything else, whereas this is a division level issue for future work, so it's more of a business development thing. No specific program is going to say, okay, I want you to go spend $200,000 or $100,000 to go develop a low-cost supplier on my money. It's a division problem. So the need's there. That's how I got the role in the first place 3 years ago that I interviewed for and everything else, and it was defined that I was supposed to do these things and this is the benefits of those things. And then it's still supposed to be that, just that the new boss guy doesn't
And you sat down with him to try to help him understand that what your definition of your job was.
Correct.
And he totally dismissed it.
Yes.
How did that make you feel?
Pretty bad. Frustrated. I mean, I typed up a whole one-page document of all my roles and responsibilities to communicate clearly. This is exactly what I do. He doesn't seem to be concerned with it.
I'm wondering, is there a way to maybe approach him and ask him why you guys aren't seeing eye to eye, or why he wants you? I'm trying to solve the problem again.
Oh, you're fine. I appreciate it. And just like you said, I need to gain the respect and admiration of his peers that'll help influence his decisions in terms of that, which is very value added and something I'm going to try to do, although it's very hard. Those management type people are always busy. Like I was telling you, I talked to the program manager earlier, told him exactly what was going on. I had to do it in 15 seconds. So dump it all on him and then run away.
Yeah. What are you trying to get out of that particularly conversation?
Well, either I get pulled back out of that group with the new guy that doesn't quite understand and get into a position where people want that tool in their toolbox, or somehow I convince the group that no, this is what Chris does and this is what we need him to do, and to try to help also challenge my new boss. Believe that I shouldn't have even worked underneath him. I should have been to the next level up, which is unfortunate. But there's a lot of conversations that need to be had to try to change this. He hasn't tried to change me yet, but he does want me to change my desk and segregate myself and be with those other supplier quality people that I'm not, where all my work is actually in the other building. So he's already trying to separate the two. Whereas that's not where we need to be.
Good conversation. We'll pick it up next time.